are on YouTube. How are you doing, Ryan?
Great, Nathan. How you doing? It's good to see you again and good to record with you again.
It is very good. It's been a while, and I'm kind of excited that we're back in the saddle and recording albums again. So,
yeah, it's exciting. I like albums. It's an interesting journey to go through an artist. Like, this is what they want you to hear front to end. This is their composition. This is their, whatever it is, these songs put together in a certain order. Mm-hmm. Here you go, public. Go nuts. So this is a Patreon request from one of our faithful patrons, Murdoch. He's been with us for a long time. He's a great supporter of our channel. Yes. If you would like us, Nathan and I, to review or react to an album that you love and enjoy, we will do so. Just check out our Patreon. We also have a tier for songs, standalone songs, and just a tier for tips. If you just want to say thanks, guys, for all your wonderful, wonderful work that you do, because we are the #1 reaction channel on YouTube. I'm going to put that out there. I'm going to put it in the universe.
Yeah.
So. Have you ever heard of the band named Spoon?
I feel like I've heard of it. I don't have a clue what they sound like.
No. Well, I'm going to give you a clue.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a clue because people, look, we get all types of comments. I mean, you guys don't know. Anyways, so Kill the Moonlight, Nathan, is the 4th album from rock band Spoon. So they're a rock band.
Okay.
However, this album features a stripped-down, minimal sound that incorporates various different instruments such as tambourines and pianos, along with an idiosyncratic production style.
Okay.
The album has gone on to receive critical acclaim, along with its lead single, The Way We Get By. That song itself has been used in various television shows and is regarded as Spoon's magnum opus.
Whoa. It's on this album.
I believe it's on this album.
Okay.
In fact, if we go to the track listing, it's the 2nd song. So there you go.
Ooh.
Yes, we're going to hear it. Yeah, we're going to hear it. We're going to listen to the whole album. So this album does have great reviews. The Metacritic score, when they take all the aggregate scores, it's 88 out of 100. That's
quite high.
Better than my grades in school. Overall, this album has received universal critical acclaim upon its release, with many critics and fans alike later on considered it still to be one of Spoon's best albums.
Ryan, I could just Google all of that. So why are you saying that?
Well, I know I can't win. I can't win. If we give information that people, anyways. But I don't mind doing this for you. This is not me telling the Spoon fans. This is me talking to you, Nathan.
I know that.
I know. Okay.
Most of the people watching this have already skipped it and have gone to the movie.
They don't care.
To watch us bob our heads.
Here, guys, watch Ryan and Nathan react to Spoon. Here we go. Ready, Nathan? On 1, 2, 3. There you go. So why people skip our commentary, I don't know, because we could just do like an overlay of us doing that for every reaction. Lastly, Nathan, this album has been on top of a lot of albums of old time type thing. Wow. It's part of 100 greatest indie albums of all time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, number 49. Also part of the Indie's best albums of the decade, number 5. 200 greatest albums of the 2000s, number 19.
Wow. Okay.
So another one of 100 best albums of the decade. So forth and so forth. It's landed on a few. So, wow. So maybe the song The Way We Get By we might recognize just from our television and pop culture watching and be like, oh, that's them. Okay, or that's that song. That's their magnum opus. But I'm interested, of course, hearing things that aren't singles or what have you, because I think a band is obviously more than their single. So,
Yep.
Okay, well, let's get into it. The first song, Nathan, is called Small Stakes.
That's a great intro, Ryan. Thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you. That's why people,
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Small stakes give you blues. If you don't feel taken, don't think you've been used. Cause it's alright Friday night to Sunday. It feels alright, keeps your mind on the page. I have small stakes and show you the minimum blues. But you don't feel taken and you don't feel abused. Small stakes tell you that there's nothing can do. Can't think big, can't think past 1 or 2. Well, alright. Yeah, alright. ourselves, sure to feel very well. With the vibe, always the vibe. A small town danger in your mid-sized car. I don't dig the stripes, but I'll go for Hummer. The big elevation on the minimum wage is lines up your nose, but your life on the page. So come on, tell me you're wrong. Small stakes, what good time when you're stuck back of the line. It feels alright Friday night to Sunday. Oh, it feels alright, keeps your mind on the page. The small stakes bring you where you're caught in a rut. You feel so uptight, you just wanna throw it all up. The small stakes leave you with the minimum blues. Can't they think, can't they pass one or two? So come on.
Interesting. I like that. Are you? Can you?
Yes.
You're just like,
Like, wow, Ryan's not talking. Is everything okay?
is everything okay? Ryan didn't just keep talking. I wanted to just say it sounded a little like
I want to hear your thoughts.
Billy Idol came to mind. The voice sounds a bit like Billy Idol, thematically a little bit, almost like Billy Idol and another band that we've been introduced to, Cake. Had a bit of a Cake feel to it, but also, yeah, like I don't know where to place it.
A spoon with the cake. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Is like British rock is kind of what I thought mostly, just generally British rock.
Where are they from? I think they're from the States. I'll Google that really quickly. Not that it matters, but I think I would assume they're probably influenced some from the bands like the Beatles, but they're considered overall indie rock, art rock, post-punk revival, experimental rock, as according to Wikipedia. But they're from Austin, Texas. Yeah. The lead singer was Britt Daniel, and that was him who wrote the lyrics according to iTunes. So my overall thoughts is I get that stripped down sound. I don't know if that's the way they are with every album, so that's very interesting just to hear this. But a great sound. I love the stereo effect. This is where it kind of pays off. You got the one sound doom, 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 in the one ear, and then you got the overlay guitars, and just the drums are almost just one ear, very Beatlesque with that sound. The vocals actually reminded me of two singers combined.
Okay.
Bono and Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
I'll be paying attention on the next one.
Well, please do. So definitely not. I would say it sounds terrible. Like not boring. But I don't mean that like it was barely boring. But it was actually because we're listening to this for the first time, and people who know Spoon, this is their fourth album. So I don't know how people reacted. That I don't know what their other albums sounded like. So Wikipedia just makes note that this was a stripped down or minimal. Kind of a minimalist type album. Yep. So I don't know what the other ones sounded like if they were just fuller with more production, so to speak. So I like that idea. I like how it is tighter and smaller. It feels small, but the sounds do sound big and strong at the same time. Okay. All right. So I'm
following you.
All right. So the way we get by, Nathan, track number 2. This is their magnum opus, as they say. Oh, here's some of the shows it was used on. So maybe you and I haven't heard that. Okay. The OC. I don't know if you ever watched The OC.
No, I didn't.
Hustle. Okay. Shameless, which is a show I've heard great things about. The comedy show Shameless. Okay. I haven't seen that. Yeah. a couple other movies. So there you go. Now, it was used in a film called Stranger Than Fiction, which I did see, but that was 2006 with Will Ferrell. It was kind of one of his dramatic. Yeah, okay. I saw that back in the day, but that was, of course, now 16 years ago, so there's no way. Yeah. So here we go. So let's check it out. The Way We Get By.
See if we recognize it.
Right.
We get high in backseats of cars. We break into mobile homes. We go to sleep to shake a peel. Never wake up on our own. And that's the way we get by. So the way we get by. Oh, that's the way we get by. So the way we get by. We go out in stormy weather. We rarely practice discern. We make love to some weird sin. We seek out the taciturn. And that's the way we get by. To the way we get by. Oh, that's the way we get by. To the way we get by. That's the way we get by. To the way we get by. To the way. That's the way we get by. That's the way we get by. We found a new kind of dance in a magazine. Try it out, it's like nothing you ever seen. You sweet talk like a cop, and you know it. You bought a new bag of pots, so let's make a new start. And that's the way to my heart, to the way to my heart. And that's the way we get by, so the way we get by. And that's the way we get by, so the way we get by, so the way. That's the way we get by. That's the way we get by. We get high in backseats of cars. We put faith in our concerns. Fall in love to down on the street. We believe in the soul of ourselves. I say that's the way we get by. To the way we get by. Oh, that's the way we get by. To the way we get by. That's the way we get by. To the way we get by. To the way. That's the way we get by. That's the way we get by.
Yeah, definitely see why that one would have been more popular. It has a feel like In Excess, like strong one for me. Really felt that like In Excess sound to the way you're singing. Not In Excess. I shouldn't say that. Really, Michael Hutchence. That's what it felt like in the vocals, and then like it was really just piano, bass, and drums. Really, like that was. I see what they mean by the stripped down sound. I can, yeah, like I say, I see why that's a popular song. I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a fun song, easy to get into. The chorus, that's the way we get by, the way we get by. You know, yeah, I can see because Hutchins from Excess did that vocal work all the time. He'd always do that. The devil inside, the devil inside. You know, he always did that at the end of his vocal work. So. I also caught a very Beatlesque sounds in this version here. So even John Lennon's sound with his vocals there. Again, this is not a criticism or the band's, well, even like In Excess earlier, of course, the Beatles. People influence people, so definitely some sounds there that are timeless. Which brings me to my next point. This album's what? I forget the 14, 15, 16 years old now. Sorry, it's 20 years old. Wow.
20 years old.
20 years. Wow. So there you go. But that's what I find fascinating. It's a 20-year-old album.
Yeah. But
it sounds fresh. It doesn't have a like, oh, this is from 2002. You could have told me that they released this today, and I'd be okay. Yeah. Like, there's no like sound that it represents a decade, which is a good sign. You know, for an album to age well, that it doesn't quite. Oh, this is an 80s sound. No, it doesn't sound like that.
I suspect, here's what I suspect, when they play this song, if they do live shows, that they add more to this because it's so stripped down that they could throw just about anything in there, right? They could go guitars, they could go with horns, they could go with, keyboards. There's a lot of potential to add to this song. So yeah, I would suspect that it gets played live in a variety of ways. So
yeah. All right, good stuff. Okay, so the next song, Nathan, is something to look forward to. There you go. Right. Now it says here, for writing, it's a Daniel, the lead singer, but they got a guy named Miles Zuniga.
Miles,
sorry,
what? That's so funny.
Miles Zuniga. I don't know how to. Zuniga? Zuniga?
Zuniga. Zuniga.
Zuniga. I like Zuniga.
All right, let's listen to it. Here goes.
I'm never pronouncing names out loud again. Right. So why are you laughing? Sorry,
You go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was being serious. All right, like I think I like that song better than their magnum opus. It's funny, like it's like going in. Like I'm only reading Wikipedia. This is what it said. Like I just think I like that song so far the best of the three. I love the extra guitar work because that extra guitar work came in during the chorus. The bass line was great. The boom 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 boom. What a great song.
Yeah. You know what it reminded me of is, like, this is what's interesting about this band so far is I think I've rattled off about 3 or 4 different bands between the two of us.
Sure.
This one actually sounds like a Collective Soul song, which I'm quite familiar with. Where Collective Soul's kind of trademark sound was this shift to this very different chorus, and then they'd come back to kind of a harder verse, and then come back to kind of a softer chorus. That's kind of their trademark sound, and that reminded me of that. They're almost a little bit of the Cars, even. Kind of a sound. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and when we say this reminds me, this is for anyone listening to us talk, or they're not just skipping the next song. Yeah, it's just us. We just draw from our personal experience and what we've listened to for years, and then it triggers those. But then, like any band, once you listen to them, you get to hear their own identity the more you listen to them,
Sure.
of course.
The other thing it made me think of is it's a good, like, almost like topic song. So something to look forward to. It fits that. And so it made me think of, like, because I like making videos. It'd be the kind of song I could use quite easily in a thematic video for that particular kind of a topic. If I was doing something around the idea of hope, or, it would be a good song for that. Yeah, it fits the TV genre well. I can see why people pick these kinds of songs.
The G is silent. Zunya. Zunya.
Zunya. Okay.
Zunya. It's Spanish.
Okay. How did you learn that?
I went quickly to pronouncenames.com. Can you imagine if he gave this a Starbucks coffee? I got coffee ready for you, Zoo.
All right, what's next? Oh, stay, don't go. Stay, don't go. Okay, let's just go on to it.
Why does anybody ever give us money for any of this stuff? I have
no idea. That's cool.
Yeah, I like that. You think that's a loop now? Would that be a loop?
Probably.
Keep believing the things that you tell yourself.
Different singer.
Is it?
Everyone needs something they can tell themselves.
Probably just higher singing. I think it's the same guy.
After all that's said and done, will you know? Confession is stay, don't go. Ooh, it is. Ooh, let's stay. Don't go. At times you find that the
Okay. That's my favorite song so far. Hands down.
Yeah, I feel like it's a combination. This happens a lot when we do our album reviews, Nathan. I find like usually we whatever the band is, because we're listening to it the first time, we're kind of like, okay, we're getting who they are, what they sound like. So like as each song goes by, even when we did one of the hardest listens, not worse, but just the hardest listen we ever did was that band called the Cardiacs. It was just
yes, yeah. No, and that was a different.
But you know what I mean? What I mean by this is like, as this album, we thought, oh, is it getting better? Like this second side is better than the first. Like I think what it was, we just once we understood where the band has come from, then we start to hear them in their soundscape. Yeah, but I agree. This is probably again, this was a very easy song to get into. Yeah,
I've played a little bit with a looping pedal back when I owned one, and I've been around people that can play very well with a looping pedal, and I don't know. I feel like that's such a simple song that, like you say, it's very stripped down. Feels like that song could be this very like produced, very, but they used the basic elements to get the same point across, and it's fantastic. So I really liked that. To me, there's like you said, kind of you're alluding to this, that we're looking at their art, their version of this, and the way that they wanted to put it out there, and I like that. So
yeah, no, it was great. I was thinking the same thing. You could easily add more oomph to it or more production to it. You could make this almost like a Justin Timberlake dance song. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
But I like what they did. It's almost like Justin Timberlake in 2002, where he would have been a big star then.
Yeah.
I mean, he still is, but he was, at that time, he was a huge pop star. I could see him releasing this as a dance song.
Yeah.
And then this is Spoon's stripped down version of a Justin Timberlake song later on. That's what.
I just like that they're pulling it off with such minimal stuff.
Yeah.
I think there's a bit of a message there to say like you can do this. It doesn't have to be, $1 million whatever songs. I like it.
Yeah. Well, Nathan, the next song is called Jonathan Fisk, and I thought, well, this guy's got to be a real person. And I don't know if they based it off this individual, but Wikipedia does have a Jonathan Fisk.
Okay.
He was an American lawyer and a politician who served as the United States representative for the 3rd District of New York. He lived from 78 to 1832.
Oh.
He died at just short of being 54. He's now buried in Newburgh, New York.
Wait, 1778?
Yes.
1832? Okay.
Yeah. Not much is really written about. It just talks about enough that he has a Wikipedia page, but he didn't. It's like nothing. He just died at the age of 53, which back then was like 90 today.
Okay. Pretty much.
I don't know quite why we, But anyways, he was a U.S. House of Representatives. So let's just see knowing that background, if this song represents that Jonathan Fisk or if it's another one. So I just thought we would throw that out there. Here we go.
Okay, here goes.
It might have nothing to do with them, but. No, I don't think it has anything to do with the lawyer. Read the lyrics real quick.
Yeah.
Jonathan Fisk speaks with his fist. Can't let me walk home on my own. And just like a knife down on my life, so many ways to set me right. It's such a long way home. That's how the story goes. And it's like atom bombs and blood raisins. Atom bombs and blood raisins. Jonathan Lynn says it's a sin, but it don't think twice, 'cause to him religion don't mean a thing. It's just another way to be right wing. And just like a knife down on my life, so many ways to story go? It's such a long way home. Ooh, you're too old to understand. 'Cause I just wanna get home now. I just wanna get home now. Jonathan's right, down on my life. So many ways to set me right. On a long walk home. It's other. But Jonathan Fisk, always a risk. Tells me he counts my teeth every night. I wanna get them all back now. I wanna get them all back. Now I wanna turn him around. Ooh, turn him around. Ooh, turn him around.
That's cool.
So I feel like we keep saying this. That's my favorite song.
That's your favorite song, eh?
I'm like every song I've noticed, Nathan, has been like boom, 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 boom. I don't know if that's this the theme of this album. It's a tight album. It's like 35 minutes long, but it seems like everything bang, 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 bang. So even though it's a stripped down sound, no song has been boring. Like they've made it so every song you're at least doing this. Like it's like you could listen to them at the bar for the first time if they're a bar band, and you're just gonna be like, yeah, you're not bored if you like toe tapping, moving your bopping your head as we do in our reactions. So we've been accused of this, but we're listening. We're just listening to the music. I will say, Nathan, people have complimented us because we don't stop the songs. That's right.
It's true. We don't.
Why do people do that? I don't get. Anyways, whatever.
To make money.
Okay.
I like that song too. It's not well. Okay, no, there's nothing wrong with the song. I want to make that clear. I enjoyed the song. I enjoyed the other one before it more, but I still like this one because it's like very like a lot of that punk sound, that kind of post-punk feel to it. Again, just very stripped down. I prefer this sometimes to kind of an overproduced album, and it feels like this is the kind of album you could just put on. And really, you're pretty safe. Like, you know, you're not going to offend a lot of people. It's got, you know, good sound to it. It's easily playable just about anywhere. So I like it.
Great. Awesome. All right. So for the last song of our part one, we're going to do this in two parts, but I think the video will be released in one part. But just if anyone notices change of outfit or whatever, you know, we're going to just roll right into part two at a later time. But for the sake of YouTube, it'll be all one video. The last song we're going to do, Nathan, is a song called Paper Tiger. Do you know what a paper tiger is? I feel like I knew this at one point.
Yeah.
The meaning of a paper tiger?
I don't know it. No, I don't.
Well, I'll tell you. It's a person or thing that appears threatening, but is actually ineffectual.
Just off the top of your head.
Yes, off the top of my head. Now, I will say the last song had nothing to do with the Jonathan Fisk from New York. May he rest in peace. But let's see if this song is about a paper tiger. Okay. Even though, Nathan, I look like a threatening, menacing person, I promise you I'm no threat. No, that was never ever said about Ryan looking threatening or scary.
Yeah. I get it all the time. Mr. Threatening me.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. People think I'm going to, like, kick your
You
butt.
are a big... But this camera doesn't do it really just like... I think you and I are about the same height, but you are a bigger man than me. I'm like, I'm just shy of 6 feet. I think you're just over 6 feet. But yeah, when you came to visit me, I was like, Mo, I forgot, you know, you're a big lumberjack kind of man, you know, and Ryan is not a, you know, I got the smooth face and the...
Yeah, when we were young, we were both about the same, I think, more or less.
Yeah, I think we've always matched, but I can see how somebody might be, but you're just a teddy bear, Nathan. You're a paper tiger. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
I'll never hold you back, and I won't force my will. I will no longer do the devil's wishes. Something I read on a dollar bill. A paper tiger can't tell you where he stands. We'll go back tonight the way that we came. I'm not dumb, just wanna hold your hand. So alright, where we want to be. So alright, what thought we could be. Kick out some doors together, stay out till morning, sharp as knives. The new one will get you, it will not protect you, but I will be there with you when you turn out the light. So I will be there with you when you turn out the light. I will be there with you when you turn out the light.
Yeah, I think that's a good example of some of the other songs that we've heard too. Just that's probably the most produced song I think so far that we've listened to. Where meaning like those sounds are coming, electronically, or they're being, manipulated somehow to give those effects. But it's still minimal. It's still like it's not like you're hearing this like, wow, they must have spent hours in the studio making that. They just kind of found a cool sound, and then let's repeat that, and let's see if we can like kind of mix in different things. I like that. It's cool. I also thought that like these guys probably were quite popular among like certain crowds, because this isn't a sound that you hear frequently. I don't know if I could take this band and go like, oh, they're exactly like this band. I don't know if there's a good comparison to what we've heard so far, other than like the different sounds that they're reminding us of. There is no band that makes me go, hey, these guys and this other band would be like friends. I don't know if that's true about these guys. I think they're probably, their fans are probably very specific.
Okay, good. I can kind of see why this might have been a mid-album song. It's kind of lost in the mix a little bit. Like it's a little bit, it's a quieter song. And because I just mentioned it with the previous review of the previous song, every song is bump, 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 And so I think they kind of, okay, this is our slow song, so to speak. This is our more subdued sound, a little bit slower vocal work. So I wouldn't say I'm ending this is my favorite song streak. I like. But I mean, it was fine. Mm-hmm. I always say this, better than anything I could ever do. However, at some point, I guess the favorite song streak has to end, right? So that was just a song where, okay, cool sound effects, I get it. But it's a subdued, middle of the album type song. I can see where you now flip it to side B, so to speak, if you're to divide this album in half. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the next song we're going to listen to will be, the next song. I just did a quick search, though, on that last one. That they actually did release an album, their 10th studio album in 2022, Nathan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they're still
alive and kicking.
Yeah, alive and kicking, which is always kind of interesting that people who want us to listen to their albums, not that I would want Murdoch to do this, but I kind of wish we just listened to their latest album. I know it sounds weird, but like I want to hear what they're doing today. But this is great.
Yeah.
But this is 20 years ago. Yeah. I'm kind of curious what they sound like now. I'm kind of curious what they sound like right now.
Yeah.
And I want to cheat a little bit, but I'm not going to. But I will tell you that their latest album, again, universal acclaim. Like 85 out of 100, but a lot of top scores from the review scores. Widespread acclaim from contemporary music critics. So widespread acclaim. They're still considered an indie. What makes them independent? What is that? They're part of a label, but why? How are you independent? Like, what classifies that?
I'm not sure. I think it has more to do with your sound than it does like the indie sound, where it's like, oh, this isn't like it's hard to put them into a category. I think that
you know what I mean by that. Like independent. I usually consider like people that busk at the corner of a street kind of independent. They're independent musicians, but once you're signed onto a label, like. It almost seems like independent artists, by their own nature of self, they can never be universally popular. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know how that's weird. How that
I think indie artists might define it as like as soon as you're not paying for your own instruments.
I guess I don't know. Anyways, good for them for still being a current band. Good for them. 10 studio albums. It's nothing to sneeze at. So good for them. Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll see you in the next recording. All right, so here's part 2. Do we look any different? I think I'm wearing a black t-shirt again.
Yeah, I have a different color blue shirt on, but everything's the same.
All right. I'm looking forward to this, Nathan. Let's keep going. What's the name of the song? Someone Something. Here we go.
Someone Something. All right. Cool. I really like those like non-conventional chords.
No. Yeah. What do you mean by that? I mean, I know what you mean, but explain.
Well, it's less predictable. It's like you're listening to the song and all of a sudden there's like a chord. They're like, oh, that's a little different and off, and unexpected. Like it kind of had some differences. Not a song I would like pick and go like, oh, this is, I can't wait for that song to come on. But it's got that kind of a playful like use of the music. So it's different. It's an unexpected something. Oh, see what I did there?
Yeah, well, yeah, I see what you did there. But that terrible song pun segue, I'm not going to let it get me down, though.
I figured you're going to go there.
Yeah,
I got to put... So I just put the muffler on my computer, my really loud computer.
Okay, no problem. You would like to put a muffler on my face, I bet.
What? No.
You know what the name of the next song is, right?
No. What's it called? Don't get... Oh, wait.
That's why I said. That's why I did my pun about. I
didn't get it.
Anyway.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah, I had the advantage of it. I got the track list in front of me on Wikipedia. Okay. For those Spoon fans that are watching this video, they laughed and they laughed.
Well, I'm a Ryan fan, so I laughed at you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Right.
Speaking of which, this is totally unrelated, but we keep getting comments on our Imran Khan video. You know that. But somebody commented today, and they actually said, "Yes, the lyrics are cheesy." This individual, he or she said, I think it's probably a guy. He said, however, he really appreciated that we were honest.
Oh.
He goes, you know what, you guys? He goes, you guys are honest reactors. You're not trying to placate the crowd that might like the song, and he liked that. He liked that we said how we felt. He appreciated that.
That's true.
There you go.
Nothing but the best.
Yeah, well, that's why the tens and tens of people come to this channel. And we have 500 people in Discord and not one person watching us live.
The ones and ones.
The ones and ones. All right. But that doesn't change that I love hanging out with my best friend, listening to music. That's just all it is, man. That's all it is to me. Okay.
That's all it is.
And Murdoch paid for this, so we'll take the money. All right, there we go. Don't let it get us down, Nathan. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, I like that.
This is definitely a listen to in stereo kind of a sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Vocals in my left ear.
I must have the headphones on wrong now.
Yeah. No, I probably have it wrong. Bap, bap, bap.
get you down. Don't let it get you down. Oh yeah, don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down.
Very nice.
Yeah. So I didn't say much on the last song. I meant to say on the previous song, I think if I remember from our part 1 recording, where the Paper Tiger song kind of was, it was kind of a song.
Right.
And now I've noticed they've kind of come back. You know, this is side 2, let's say. It's the second half of the album. They're back to do-do-do-do-do-do. You know, boom, 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 boom. You know, we're back to like toe tapping. You can dance. You can actually dance. This is a very danceable album. Like if you were to replace maybe, I don't know, whatever instruments, the drums, but with electronic like beats, the same beat rhythm.
Yep.
It's just boom boom. It's a danceable album, very much so.
Yeah, I thought that last song was the most earwormy of the songs, right? The one that could get in your head and you could kind of like find yourself singing it later. Easy to remember. Yeah, all of these songs feel like they're the beginnings of songs, like not the beginnings, but the like. I know it's a stripped down version of it, but like, and I'll say this probably about more of these songs. They just feel like, are these ones performed differently on stage? Do they add more?
I would suspect on stage it's a fuller sound. Yeah. If I was to guess, because if you think about, I don't know their other songs. In fact, something we can do today or tomorrow if you want, or whatever. Well, anyways. I wouldn't mind going right to their latest album and picking the first single from the latest album, just to hear what they sound like today. 20 years later, is it a fuller sound or is it still stripped down? You know what I mean? I'm just kind of curious what they sound like 20 years later. I'm actually kind of curious now.
Yeah. No,
yeah. Good. But so I would suspect that they have a fuller sound if this one was referred to as a stripped down sound, if that makes sense. Yep. That when they're on stage, they probably, because everything's already kind of plugged in and just, they probably just have that full sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Okay. Next we have. Yes, I'm just gonna sit here. Okay. Next we have All the Pretty Girls Go to the City.
Oh,
that's fine. Now just think of like an electronic sound here instead. You can hear it. Like.
All the pretty girls go to the city. Don't they do my love? Oh, it's something to see. They're so pretty. High heel shoes, no leg sweaters, acting so tough. Don't do my love. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do my love. don't do that, don't do my love. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do my love.
Yeah, that certainly fits into your theory there, what you were saying earlier about the danceability of the songs. You know what I mean? This one's in that same category. I like the little like jazzy kind of undertones on that one. Is kind of neat.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Cool. For me, this is a song where I could see that every album or band has a song like this on an album, if not maybe more than one, where it's very easy to get into right away.
Right.
But the burnout factor is quicker. So I found the song very easy to listen to.
Right.
But as I was listening to it, I thought to myself, I wonder what the longevity of that would be.
Sure.
There's some songs that just build over time. And so think of some of your favorite songs. You probably didn't like them at first the way you do now.
Right.
And so the songs that you love the most usually aren't the ones you tap your toe to first. It's hard to explain. But everyone that's listening to music for, the songs you and I have for years, from whatever band they enjoy, I find that's my experience is, I get into songs. That could be a single. I can see why that wouldn't be a single. Hey, that's a fun little song. Who does that? Oh, it's Spoon. Let me check out the rest of their album. And then the slower get into them burning type songs that take multiple listens. We start to notice things. Anyway, so that'd be a song I think could bring you in, but I think it would be one that you might burn out quicker than some of the other ones we've heard.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about when you say songs on albums that sound good at first and then you're kind of done with it.
It's weird. There's a little bit of a burnout factor.
Yep.
All right.
Makes sense.
I think I do make sense, Nathan. I think people are tracking. I don't think anyone's watching this video other than Murdoch.
That must be where like the tens of views come from. Is Murdoch just watching it
over and over again? Hey, we're doing this for Murdoch. Like really, it's our pleasure and our joy. It's just yeah. All right. Okay. So you got to feel it, Nathan. You got to feel it.
I got to feel it. Here it comes.
You got to feel it. Ooh.
You gotta feel it, or I suspect you end up with all what you get. It's a long way home when you're trying to find your way with a bag full of books, the notes that you took, a compass and stick, and the 7s and 6. It's a to feel it, yeah. You gotta feel it, oh you gotta feel it, yeah. Oh you gotta feel it, alright. Oh you
Those are horns.
feel it,
I thought so. Yeah.
Oh you gotta feel it, alright.
So guess what my bigger.
Oh, sorry.
Now guess what my biggest criticism of that song is.
Too short.
Yeah, like there's other bands I listen to, like I can give examples. It doesn't matter, but this isn't the first time I've experienced this. Where I wonder why bands do that. They had something really great that they could have easily. Like the vocals came in both ears at one point. Like the song was building, and I get leaving on excuse the pun, on a high note, but why not just repeat that again and then have another outro bridge on it? Like they could have easily repeated that same sequence because that's what songs do. Go back to the chorus and then outro with it. Like why so short?
Who knows? I honestly think one of the reasons a band might do that is they just couldn't come to either an agreement, or it's like this little fragment of a song. They liked it, they liked where it was going, but they just couldn't make it do anything. You know what I mean? Not every band does that, by the way. A lot of bands will create like 40 or 50 songs and then trim it down to like their 10 best for the album, kind of a thing, right?
Right, but still, I mean, come on. They already have this album has a lot. It's actually a lot of the songs are just like I don't think anything's over 3 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. But that's a song where I could have easily. I really enjoyed it, and I knew it was short, so it's either it was going to be a throwaway short song, which a lot of bands do, like a minute and a half of crash, but like this weird, like, what are you guys doing? But this was a legit song, and so I was trying to listen to it as a legit song. I know it's going to end. I know, and it just why not repeat what you just did, and make it a little bit longer? Anyways, that's just.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, back to the life, Ryan. Back to the life.
Yeah, back to life. I guess. Here we go. I mean, that's not back to life, back to reality.
How do you know? Who sings that?
There you go. Bum, 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 bum.
Sun on your skull, back to the light.
Nice.
Pack your bags, take up your sight, 'cause this world wasn't meant for us both. Who made the night? Who made the day? Who gave you life? Who gave you say? I said this world wasn't meant for us both.
All right. Best song on the album, right here. I love it. Yeah. This is my new best. I love it when a band ends strong.
Rules of night, go pack your bags, take up your sight. I said this world wasn't meant for us both.
What?
I knew it. Just long enough, because just under 2.5 minutes. But I love the sound. The talk about the earworms, the sound effects, the vocal effect, the kind of echo in the background with the background vocal. Just that acoustic guitar rocking it out. I mean, you can easily see how they could have made it electric, but that stripped down just made it more cool and smooth. And even though it was a rock and roll sound, it had the coolness of jazz behind. I don't know, just like that. That's one that's easy to get into, but that's a way longer burnout song for me. I could see myself always. There's some songs, like I'm just always going to enjoy that. Yeah. The way it sounds, the way it keeps moving and grooving. Yeah.
It has a lot of great sounds that remind me of stuff we've listened to for years. I think that's partly why I was a little hesitant at first to embrace Spoon, but I'm really digging Spoon stuff. Like I'm it's a good choice of an album for us to listen to because, like, as far as I'm concerned, I think I'm hooked. Like I'd listen to more of their stuff just based on what we've listened to so far. So, okay.
Back to Life, Nathan, was from the R&B band, 1989.
I do
remember them. Soul to Soul.
Soul to Soul, yes. Back to
life. Back to reality.
Soul to Soul.
We are 14. We are 14.
Yeah, we thought it
When
was
this came
so
out.
cool.
Yeah, wow. Back to reality, Nathan. Let's go. Last track on the album. Here we hear the album
Oh, this is
closer.
the
How do you
last
pronounce
one?
it?
Oh, okay.
This is the last one.
Vittorio E?
Is that like a thing with music, maybe?
No idea.
Okay. Well,
Vittorio.
Hey, Vittoria. Hey, Vittoria.
Okay.
Who cares? Nobody's watching this.
Nobody's
anyway.
watching. Yeah, all right, there we go.
All right. Ooh, a nice little slower song, maybe.
Kind of a raw take.
Yeah, it sounds like it's.
I took a river and it wouldn't let go. I want you to stay, no I want you to go. I took a river and the river was long. It goes on. I wanna be alive. I wanna get there, but it's just out of sight. I took a river and felt so slight. So hold on, so hold on, hold on. It goes on. It goes on. I took a river and the river was long. I want you to stay, 'cause I want you to go. I took a river and the river was long. It goes on. It goes on. It goes on. It goes on.
Oh, what an awesome closer to that album.
Yeah, it's perfect type of. I love it when bands close with that slowish song. It's not the ballad or anything, but that spiritual, almost like a spiritual outro type thing.
Yeah, a builder song that
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Like not the same, but like I'm sure you thought of U2's
yeah, I did.
Into Rattle and Hum, a couple other albums that do that, where they kind of fill that last song with something that just makes you go, oh
yeah,
great
it's
album.
like I call it like a spiritual outro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is a really enjoyable experience. If you made it to the end of this, well, I guess this is going to be kind of weird because if you made it to the end of this, Nathan and I talked about earlier that we would like to hear the latest album, something from the latest album. So here's a teaser right after this recording, Nathan, if you're up for it. let's listen to the first single from the latest album.
Okay. All right.
I sent it to you in Messenger. But anyway, so yeah, we'll do that. But overall, what a great experience. Again, I want to thank Murdoch, our patron, who gave us this pledge to do this album. Check out our Patreon if you'd like us to review and react to an album of your choice, of course, dear patrons. It's an incredible experience to go through an album. I really enjoyed the album requests. Of course, we love all the support, but the album requests, there's something special about going through an album from beginning to end and also trying to tap into what somebody, why did they like this album, and you try to get that feeling of, and maybe we said something during our review that tapped into something they too enjoy about the album experience. But it's all art and subjective, but it's I was pleasantly surprised with this 20-year-old album.
Yeah, absolutely. Great album. Great way to introduce us to Spoon. I think we're in for some more Spoon, apparently.
Yeah, Fork and A.
See you on the next one.